Yo, what is up, all you primetime players, all you primetime fans, all you newcomers that's just coming on to the podcast? This is the Prime Time Thoughts podcast, and I am your host, Primetime Scott 3, or Zachariah Scott, however you guys want to call me. So, I know I haven't been I actually did design a video a while ago, but like I said, 2024 is going to be the year of more consistency, and this is what I'm bringing to you guys. More consistency. The key is consistency. So, for this podcast episode, I am going to be going over the NFL Super Wildcard Weekend, beginning Saturday, January 13th, and ending Monday, January 15th. So with that being said, I'm gonna be going over who's playing, where they're playing at, my picks, going over the spread, or at least the ESPN spread, and yeah, man, let's dive right into it. Let's just dive right into it. So for the first game on Saturday, Saturday evening, right, 3:30 Central Time, 4:30 Eastern Time, we have the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, this is definitely a 50-50 game, right? Because yes, CJ Stroud is a great player. He's still a rookie quarterback. At the end of the day, he still is missing some of his receivers in the Tank Dell, and also in some of his receiving weapons and stuff. And also the run game could be a little bit better. His O-line is occasionally on and off. It depends on the game and stuff like that. I definitely suspect that it's gonna be CJ Stroud might have to win this game late, or if the Texans have an early lead. The only way for the Texans to really win is if that defense could hold Joe Flacco and get to Joe Flacco, get to the quarterback. Because if you could get pressure in Joe Flacco's face, yes, Joe Flacco knows how to deal with pressure, knows how to make adjustments and stuff like that, but he is still a non-mobile quarterback. Joe Flacco is not going to get out the pocket. So if the Houston Texans can provide pressure and get in Joe Flacco's face all night, then it's gonna be a tough night, and I definitely see the Texans winning the game. The Texans could definitely throw up explosive plays. Yeah, they have speedsters still on the field. They still have guys that can attack the middle and whatnot, and they still have that run game. Like I said, this is definitely going to be a 50-50 game. I think this is going to come down to whoever has the last possession. Mind you, Houston is the home team. Honestly, right now, I'm taking the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. I just like Houston more. I just have a feeling that CJ Stroud is just that guy right now, and he could win a game late. Definitely late. Now, mind you, Joe Flacco could win a game late for you too. But right now I just definitely have that feeling that if it's a close game come the fourth quarter, I like Joe Flacco. ESPN projections have 50.5 Browns, 49.5 Texans. So it's definitely close. If you're in the Houston, Texas area, or if you're going all the way from Cleveland, the tickets are as low as $199. So definitely go. Definitely, if you can go to the game. The Texans have their kicker, not the Tex. I'm sorry. The Browns have their kicker questionable. Keep that in mind. The kicker is questionable, so they might bring in another kicker. They might not. Might let the kicker go. So when it comes down to that, kicker needs to make a field goal late, or that kicker needs a crucial field goal. Just know he's questionable right now. He's on the injury report. So, hey, I'm just warning you guys when you guys go make this bet. Something to definitely look out for the Texans injury list is Sheldon Rankins. he is questionable. That's their D tackle, so a guy that could definitely bring pressure and get in Joe Flacco's face. And also Will Anderson, their rookie defensive end. He's also questionable. But he did play in the last couple of games. But they mostly have him on passing down, so that way he could use the pressure and stuff. Now, mind you, this is a player that could play every single down when healthy and do great. But right now he's a little hurt. I can't remember what they said his injury was, but he's listed as questionable. So keep that in mind. Right now the line is Cleveland 2.5. The over under is 44.5. I don't know. These are two good defenses. These are definitely two good defenses, but I definitely think they could get you the 20. They could definitely get you the 28. Both teams could get up to 28. 28 might be the 28, definitely in the high 20s, right? So you're definitely gonna want more than 21. So 42 is out the question. 44 might be out the question. So 44. I like that. I like the 44. I like the 44. 42 though. I feel like no, because that means 20. One team has 21. Another team has 21. I definitely like seeing a 44. So if somebody ends up getting 24, so like you get a late game field goal. I feel like 24 is the magic number. When somebody hits 24, that could be your winning team. Especially with these two defenses. With that being said, so go over with 44. I'm saying go over with 44.5. And I still like the Texans. I personally like the Texans. But mind you, they both have injuries on that side of the ball. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry, I had to turn off my Discord real quick. So, like I said, I like the Texans on first game on Saturday. The second game on Saturday is the Chiefs versus the Dolphins in Arrowhead. Tyreek Hill is going back to Arrowhead for a playoff game. This is going to be absolutely great to see. If Tua would play somewhat type of decent. I literally had to start Derek Carr over Tua, and Tua got me the second seed in my fantasy. This is an ESPN one. In my fantasy football league. Tua started playing well. I'm getting wins. When Tua was actually doing good, then he started dripping off, and my backup was Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert got hurt. So I'm like, oh crap, I gotta pick up a quarterback. Who the hell do I pick up? I'm like, you know what? I'm going with Derek Carr. I'm just going with Derek Carr because he was playing well, and that's exactly it. Derek Carr ended his season better. What individual wise, and if you guys want to talk about this in the comments, we can talk about this in the comments, because right now I don't really have the stats pulled up, but I'm giving you eye test because I watch a lot of NFL games. I definitely feel like Derek Carr ended his season better versus Tua, and I'm saying like stats wise, how they both played wise. And that's crazy to say that Derek Carr ended his season better than Tua Tagovailoa. And Miami Dolphins are in the playoffs, but the Miami Dolphins barely made it to the playoffs. They barely squeaked it in. They still somehow lost the AFC East, and they were running away with the AFC East at one point. They were looked to be the number one seed, but then they kept just taking L's. And I get you, Tyreek was hurt, Waddle was hurt, people started getting hurt and stuff like that. But Bradley Chubbs got hurt. Like, why? With that being said, I personally still like Patrick Mahomes versus versus the Dolphins, because I don't think Tua is really gonna get him much points. I don't trust Tua at all. I think this is Patrick Mahomes' game to win or lose, and really it's gonna come down to his receivers. If the receivers can finally learn how to catch the football, you have a home game, a home playoff game. You have to catch the football. To Travis Kelce is basically out there as a decoy right now. How he's moving right now, and teams are double teaming him because they know no other receiver is really a threat. If you're interested in going to see the Chiefs versus the Dolphins, the tickets are as low as $66. Some players that are questionable, and this is really going to come down to it. The running backs are questionable, both the running backs. Tyreek Hill is questionable, Jalen Waddle is questionable, Jalen Ramsey is questionable. And this is as of on... But their respective returns is the 13th. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see them play. Now, for the Chiefs side, Tooney is questionable. There's a guy, the safety Cook, that's on the Chiefs. He's on IR. He's not coming back into the 20th, so he's not even going to play this game, but he's going to play next game if they make it to the next round. D. Smith, offensive tackle, he's questionable as well. And Snead, probably one of their best cover corners, he's questionable as well. But okay, so let me put it like this. Justin Ross is questionable. Smith is questionable, and Snead is both questionable. But they're expected to return for this Chiefs and Dolphins game. That is currently on the 13th and going to be played. Playing 7 is going to be start at 7:00 on Peacock, on NBC Peacock. Me personally, I like the Chiefs. I can't lie to you. I personally like the Chiefs. The Dolphins lost 3. Well, not lost 3 straight, but in the last 5, the Dolphins lost 3, won 2. The 2 being they blew out the Jets, but then they squeaked by the Dallas Cowboys 22-20. But then they got blown out by the Ravens, and then they got not blown out, but they lost by a touchdown against the Bills. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they won 13-12. Mind you, this is not a game that Mahomes played. They beat the Bengals 25-17. Every time the Chiefs and Bengals played, it's always a close game, no matter what. If Mahomes or Joe Burrow is playing, I don't know what it is, but the Chiefs and Bengals always is a close game. It's coming down to like one score, so that's given. They lost to the Raiders. Raiders have been playing good, so if you would said early season Ravens, I'd be like, that's crazy. Right now, Ravens, I can understand that. But they lost by a touchdown, really. They beat New England, and then they lost to the Bills. So, even still, the Chiefs are 3-2 versus the Dolphins 2-3. I still like the Dolphins. I put more trust in Patrick Mahomes than I put in Tua, and I think Andy Reid is going to definitely get him open, and get Kelce open, get some of his receivers open, make it easy for Patrick Mahomes. I feel like the Chiefs at least make it to the AFC title game. I don't know if they make it to the Super Bowl, but I at least see them make it to the AFC title game. I hope after this season they realize that they need wide receiver help. Even if you do go draft a young guy, you still need a proven veteran to come in and help your receiver core. Like a Michael Thomas. Can you imagine Michael Thomas and Patrick Mahomes together? A healthy Michael Thomas and Patrick Mahomes together? That's screaming Super Bowl to me, because you still have Patrick Michael Thomas. You still got number 10 around there. Tooney could go for all I care. You got Ross. You got your young cats and Rice, and then you still got Travis Kelce. Look. You add in a rookie receiver somewhere. You add in a Michael Thomas. Don't pay him a lot because you have to prove he has to show that he could stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? And bada bing, bada boom. You're making a deep playoff run. You're possibly winning the Super Bowl with Michael Thomas being your number one receiver. Well, I'm sorry. With Michael Thomas being your number one wide receiver, but Travis Kelce still being your number one receiving threat. You know what I'm saying? But that's the offseason. Currently, right now. I'm sorry, I was rambling. Oh my gosh, that game time degree says 2%. And oh my gosh, it is going to be cold. Y'all have fun with that. I see why it's $66. Because that sucker is going to be cold. Arrowhead Stadium is going to be cold, and the only people that's going to enjoy that game is the people that's in the suites, in the booths. If you're outside, have fun. This is why my favorite team is in a dome, so I can enjoy the weather. Go Saints. Gonna talk about that later. So for the line, it's Kansas City, I believe, negative 4.0. The over-under is 43.5. I like the under on this one. I like the under. I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. I think this might come down to the wire. This might be a 21-17 game. This, 21-18 game. Like, it's going to be close. You might get the 39. You might get the 40 somehow, 41. I don't think they get the 43, honestly. So I will go under here. And also, I still pick the Chiefs. I'm going to go through these more rapidly because we're reaching the 20-minute mark. Bills versus Steelers. I believe this is going to be this is going to be in Buffalo. And that is going to be 24. It's snowing. I like the Bills for this one. Honestly, I like the Bills for this one. TJ Watt is hurt, so that puts a hamper on their defense. I don't know why it said his expected return is the 20th. Let me see. Yeah, TJ Watt. Yeah, so TJ Watt is ruled out for the wildcard game versus the Bills due to a grade 2 MCL sprain. So it says so this is on CBS Sports. TJ Watt suffered a knee injury on Saturday and is officially ruled out for at least one game of the playoffs. Tuesday, head coach confirmed that it was a grade 2 MCL sprain and will keep Watt sidelined for the wildcard game against the Bills on Sunday. Watt was initially diagnosed with grade 3 sprain and later a torn MCL. However, after MRI and diagnostics better, JJ Watt revealed that his brother has a grade 2 MCL sprain, which requires a couple of weeks of rest and recovery. Watt calls it the best case scenario. If the Steelers are able to win a playoff game or two, there's a chance they could see Watt return in the postseason. Do I think they're winning that playoff game? No. Do I think Josh Allen is not playing his best and he's somehow going to try and play superhero and it might lead to the Steelers getting the win? Yes. This is definitely going to come down to which Josh Allen are we going to see? Are we going to see the Josh Allen that can play a decent normal game and not choke away interceptions and not cost their cost his team a win, or are we going to see the Josh Allen that that's gonna be a gunslinger and just gonna throw a lot of picks and get a lot of turnovers and run out of the pocket and try and get extra yards for no reason, but they fumble the ball. Good news for the Bills. Gabe Davis could play with his PMCL sprain. He could play. He is listed as questionable, but we could see him on January 14th. Like I said, I like the Bills in this matchup. What the over under is 30 is 36. I like the over with this one. I would go with the over. What else we got? Oh, we got the Packers versus the Cowboys in Jerry World in Dallas. It don't matter about the weather because they're in a closed roof anyway. The over under is 50. To be honest, I'm not going to over with 50. That's crazy to say that you're going to over with 50 in a playoff game. I'm going the under. Under 50 sounds good. It's 50.5, by the way. But under sounds really good. I'm going with the Cowboys as well. The Cowboys are just playing their butts off right now. And for everybody that don't like the Cowboys, you hate to see it. Cowboys are actually playing their butts off. And you hate to see it. This really might be their year to win a Super Bowl. If they don't win a Super Bowl this year, I don't know what to tell you, Cowboys fans. I really don't know what to tell you. This actually might be y'all year. The NFC is not that strong, right? All you have to do is just beat the 49ers whenever you see the 49ers. You just got to beat the 49ers, and you got to hope. You better hope and pray the Eagles do not wake their asses up and make a run. And y'all have to see the Eagles in the divisional round. Or the conference NFC conference championship. I don't have a bracket up for me right now. Later next episode I'm gonna have the bracket. I have a bracket view of it. But right now I could definitely see the Cowboys and the Eagles meeting in a conference or divisional round. So that's gonna be definitely interesting to see. But with that being said, I like the Cowboys. Sorry, Jordan Love. I know this is your first year as a starter. But just take your time, man. Just take your time. Especially with that young team that you got around you and stuff like that. You still got a good defense. You still got a good coaching staff and stuff. This is honestly not your time right now. I like the Cowboys more. Rams versus the Lions. Oh my gosh. This is basically who's hot right now. Who Lions or Rams? I believe they're playing in Detroit too. This is also on the 14th at 7 p.m. NBC or Peacock, however you want to watch it. They are playing in Detroit too. I like the Lions. I like the Lions offense. I like their defense. I feel like the Lions really have a chance to win the game. It really just depends on if they could stop with the mess up, stop with the don't have that many penalties, don't give the Rams too good of a field position. Sean McVay is still an offensive guru coach. Matthew Stafford is finally healthy. Matthew Stafford finally has his weapons back and Cooper Cobb, and they got that young rookie wide receiver. I believe they have somewhat of a decent run game. So it really, I don't know, man. I just, and you know what's crazy? The Lions game, lowest ticket is $396. I repeat, $396 for the lowest ticket. And Detroit, Ford Field for a Lions and Rams game. There is no amount of money that I would even pay that much for a Saints game, and that's one ticket. And I'm a diehard Saints fan, but I would not pay $396 for a wild card game. A wild card game. Maybe the conference championship. Maybe the conference championship if I just somehow have that extra money. But not right now. No. Yeah. So good luck with home field, man. Good luck for home. I hope y'all got. I hope those Lions fans, all you Detroit fans, all you LA Ram fans, I hope y'all got y'all tickets early, man. I hope y'all got y'all tickets early because $396 to go all the way to Detroit. I couldn't do it. What's it? Like I said, I like the Lions in this one, and for the over under, it's 51.5. I like the under. Like I said, I don't see any teams going that high up, man. I don't see any teams really scoring that much. It would be crazy if they did. You're really looking at a 31-28 game or something like that, or I don't. Maybe my math is a little off, or I'm maybe going under or something like that. I don't know. This is definitely good. Well, actually, no, over, because both these teams can't score, but both these defenses are good as well. I changed my mind. Over for this one. Last game but not least, this is definitely where the Saints should have won the division and should have been into the playoffs, but Saints Dylan Allen sucks. He should be fired. Let me say this. Make sure y'all can hear see my mic and everything, right? Uncle Shay Shay. I don't know what your problem is. I really don't. I don't know what your problem is. But to say that you would have jumped off sides and you know what? I know it. That's good. Saving that for another episode. Gotta save it for another episode. Can't do it right now. But that was he sure had a lot to say. A lot of nothing to say. I'll tell you that much. He had a lot of nothing to say. Anyways, I like the Eagles going into Tampa, beating the Bucks. Yes, I know the Eagles are going through their woes, but I think they finally get it together. I feel like they will beat the Bucks, even though the Bucks are not playing bad at all. Their defense is not bad. Their offense is really not bad. I just don't trust Baker Mayfield to win you a playoff game. I really don't. I don't trust him to win you a playoff game. Maybe he could. Maybe Baker could. Maybe Baker might finally get him one, and he might finally get that big contract that he's been always wanting and stuff like that. But I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I feel like this Eagles team is just better. I like the Eagles more, and for anybody worrying about the ticket prices, if you want to go to Tampa, it's only $111 for the lowest amount of tickets. No, everybody is expected to return for the playoff game, so nobody's really out. What else am I looking at? The Eagles are 1 in their last 4. 1 in their last 4. Oh gosh. This and there's gonna be 66 degrees, but there's gonna be a high percent chance of rain. I still like the Eagles. The over under is at 43.5. I like the over with this one. I'm still taking the Eagles. I've been going on long enough. Those are gonna be my picks for the those are going to be my picks for the NFL Super Wildcard Weekend. I have the Texans being Browns. I have the Chiefs beating the Dolphins. I have the Bills beating the Steelers. I have the Cowboys beating the Packers. I have the Lions beating the Rams, and I have the Eagles beating the Bucks. Yeah. With that being said, y'all have a good one. Good luck with y'all bets. Spread some love. In case you do win big. If you do win big, spread some love over here. I appreciate anything. With that being said, peace. Y'all have a good one. It's been your boy PrimeTime Scott from the PrimeTime Thoughts podcast. And I'll catch y'all on the next episode.